Hi. Oh, it's Lou. Today was my appointment with my oncologist and my treatments. And you guys know, if you've been paying attention to what I've been saying and stuff, that I got problems. Oh, and it's a lot of it's me. It's totally me. Okay, we'll just say it. It sounds to me like, there was a whole lot said at the doctor's appointment. So I don't know how to, excuse me, I don't know how to say it back and forth and all that, but just give me the gist of it. Okay, well, the gist of it is my blood sugar's been way too high. And my doctor, my oncologist, believes that it's my blood sugar that's causing the problem. Now, she knew my level was high before, but she thought I knew because I haven't been taking my blood sugar. So bad Mary Lou. Bad Mary Lou all the way around. I need someone to take care of me, huh? No, I just need to get with the program. And what she said is high blood sugar can cause kidney dysfunction, and we don't want that. So, I have to be more careful. See, I was drinking coffee that had that creamer in it, and I know good and well that was way too sweet. And when I talked to the primary care doctor, I quit. I quit immediately. So no coffee and no lovely creamer, that creamer that you pour in and it just makes things taste so good. Well, nothing else tastes good. And then the cup I was using was huge. And then that's all I was eating for the day. It's not eating, it's drinking. So I was drinking coffee with creamer. And I wasn't feeling hungry, but that's part of that is, it might be part of it being the drugs that they've got me on. And part of it, I think, probably is cancer. I don't know. I don't know a lot about that. But they did not do the Zometa today. She said I don't know what she called it, but something level was too high. And see, they told me in the past, I don't know how to put all this together for you, okay? But they did tell me in the past that after we do the Zometa for a while, which is the IV, okay, that it might come a time when I will be doing just once every 3 months instead of once every month. So I've been doing it every month. So she ordered a PET scan, which I don't have the date on, but that'll be in the next 3 weeks. And I'll have an appointment to see her after the PET scan so she can tell me the results. And then that's when they'll know if I'm going to keep doing the Zometa or if I'm going to do it every 3 months. Okay? So, there were other things I found out, so I'm going to skip around. The main thing is I got to get my sugar under control. Okay? And I had let it go because I did the coffee and I wasn't eating food. You got to eat food. So I'm sure that wasn't helpful. And then the other thing is, for the Zometa to work, for the IV to work, I've got to take calcium and vitamin D and have 64 ounces of fluid a day. Doesn't have to all be water, except for in my circumstances with the diabetes, yeah, pretty much it's just water. But I know that I have not drank enough fluid, and I don't know how much. So I was saying I probably ought to get like a 2-liter bottle, make sure it's all clean and stuff, and then get my water in that in the morning, and then make sure I empty that bottle into my body, okay? Because she said dehydration could cause the problem too. Like the pain, I can't remember which, but I've had the pain. I told you guys about that. And so I'm on a prescription, which the primary care doctor gave me. I didn't take it with me, and I couldn't remember the name, so I couldn't really tell her about it. And I just started it yesterday. And I told her I just wanted to get rid of the pain because it was becoming painful, and besides all the other stuff, one of these drugs that I'm taking anyway can cause, I don't know if atrophy was the word, but nevertheless, it can cause you to be dry and be very uncomfortable anyway down there, okay? That was the question. I had a question I wanted to ask her, and then I could not remember it. And I bet I forget it again. I get a question and it just slips right on out of my head. But anyway, so, number 1, get my sugar under control. Diabetes type thing, okay? And number 2, make sure I'm drinking 64 ounces of fluid every day. Do not be dehydrated. Okay, and I am gonna, and she said, okay. She said to go ahead and take the antibiotic and see if it can give me any relief. But she says that the Zometa can cause problems with your kidneys and stuff like that, but I'm not saying my words very well, okay? So it's like, what did I already tell you? It's the sugar. If your diabetes, if your sugar is too high, then it messes up with it just messes things up. And it can mess up your filtering system. So we don't want that. But I did find out that at least it was just this last month, that it got like that. Because she did I had forgotten, but she did do a urinalysis thing when I first went to see her. So last month she wasn't there, she was on vacation. And the month before that is when I saw her. And thank God Jesse remembered, okay? So we, I do my blood work and stuff, but they didn't ask for a urinalysis thing. And then they had me go down to the lab that's in the building and do a urine sample. So I just never heard anything about it. And she thought that I knew about my blood sugar being high. That's not something you should take for granted. And I could not remember. She wanted to know the name of the medicine that they put me on, and I could not remember. I thought it was something that started with a Z, a Zur, Well, it wasn't. So I came home and it's CEPHA, Lexin. So Cephalexin, 500 milligrams, okay, twice a day. So I had it yesterday and I had it today. I was supposed to take it the day before, but I was supposed to take it with a probiotic and with food. And I didn't remember that. Food seems to be a problem for me, but also, I forget what it was I just said that I was supposed to take it with. Oh, probiotics. So I had to get my grandson to take me up to Walgreens and get some probiotics so that I could actually take it. So take it with food and a probiotic twice a day. So I've had it 2 days now. I'm just not the best at eating food. Never really have been, and that's why I have headaches, and we know that. I know that. My daughter's all downstairs giving me a lecture. I can't help it. I'm going, don't yell at me. In other words, I can't handle that either. Okay, let's don't make my head hurt worse than it already does. And that's why the bandana's there, because my head hurts. I just wanted to give you guys an update, that's all. So what else was there about my update? I was glad to find out that it's not just the drug that's causing, but that is why they do they do some type of blood work and they check your numbers for, so I'm going to forget everything again. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Because I keep forgetting. I kept forgetting at the office, too. I'd have a question I wanted to ask her, and then it just flew right out of my head because there were too many other questions also, But I need to get a regimen going on. I need my exercise. I need to be walking like I was walking. And even though some of you might not think that's much exercise, it is, especially for me, because I can feel it. My body's saying, no, we don't want to do this. But anyway, I am, like I said, I believe I said, I quit doing the coffee and the creamer. And I was using a large cup. And coffee sucks unless you have creamer. And this is in my eyes, okay? So coffee being good for you to fight cancer means black. Not with creamer and sugar and all that stuff. So just giving you guys a heads up what they found and what the deal is. And so, they don't tell you all the little things when you're first beginning. And so it's true. The Zometa, you need to make sure you're drinking fluid. And so basically it's dehydration that's causing the problem. But it's also true. I mean, I was listening to some videos this morning about Zometa and it probably was all Zometa, just trying to find out about this kidney function stuff, because that's scary. To me, that was very scary. And I just wish I'd have known ahead of time. Instead of them saying, well, do this, but they don't give you the I don't want to say the wherewithal, but, it's the reasons why. The reasons why you want to make sure you have 64 ounces of fluid in you a day. Very important. First of all I knew was that the Zometa wouldn't work if you didn't have enough fluid in you, and then you've got to take calcium and vitamin D. And guess what? I ran out of that. So I've got to get that order tonight, because the one I want, they don't have it at the store. So I want to take one capsule that's got 1,200 milligrams of calcium, and then I think it's got 1,000 units of vitamin D. I don't know if it's D3, I think it is, but point is, that's what I need to go with the Zometa and with the liquid. Now, the liquid does not have to be just water, but in my case, it pretty much does. If what I'm consuming has sugar in it, we don't want the sugar, okay? Anyway, the other day when me and Jess went to the store, we got us a little bag of, I guess you call them clementines, and I really didn't want to get them because I bought a bag of clementines when I was with Dad. So that bag was dry. You peel it open and stuff, and then the fruit inside was dry. It wasn't tasty. And so, no, I didn't want it. But this bag, I must say, I had one this morning, and I've had one tonight. You peel it. It's still got the stringy stuff on it, but it's got plenty of juice. It's pretty good. And citrus is supposed to be good for diabetics. But I have to worry about my consumption of liquid. And I've been taking, I think it's been pretty much almost a year that I've been taking the Zometa and the other thing, the injections. And so I have been told, I know I'm repeating myself, but I have been told that, after a while I'd be able to just take it once every 3 months. I don't know if that's because of having problems or if that's just because, I don't know exactly the reason, but that's what she's talking about. So I have a PET scan in the next 3 weeks. I don't know when. And then after that, I go in and see her. I see her a week before my actual normal cancer treatments and cancer visit with her. But what we're going to do is see what she sees on the PET scan. See if my bones are doing well, if there's any activity, no cancer activity. And if there's no cancer activity, then I should be able to just do it once every 3 months. That would be a lot better. And I'm just, like I said, I'm not the best at eating food. So I need to figure out some things that I can eat that's good for me. And I just, okay, so tonight I just had, I'll show you my little orange. It's just little teeny, okay? And it's nice and soft. It's juicy, so it's good. So I had one of those, and I had a boiled egg just now. I boiled those a few days ago, so I've got one more to go. But I figured I would do the one orange and one egg, and I got some string cheese. But as far as actually eating food, I don't have that. You know, and eating, you want it. Okay, so when you don't have to eat very much, when you don't want to eat very much, it's kind of hard. And you want it to be delicious. You don't want it to be caca. And I'm not talking about the sugar. I just need to figure out some things that I can... Actually, what I want to do is have some things that are ready-made. Like I make them and they're in the fridge and I can pull it out and just get a spoon or two out. You know what I mean? Not eat the whole thing. So anyway, that's part of the deal, is the food and the liquid and not having sugar. So at least I know what the trip is. I know what's going on. And she said no. She said it would be the diabetes that would give me trouble versus the Zometa. Because she said it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Something about the urine spilling over glucose, which I don't know the words in between, but the point is it causes trouble, okay? We want to get rid of that. We don't want to have glucose spilling into my system, and what she said is that will in turn cause the filtration system not to work, okay? The kidneys clean out your urine and stuff. So I got a lot to learn, a lot to do. I've got to order some stuff that I've run out of. And I don't feel very good right now, really. I don't. But I did have an egg, a boiled egg, and an orange. And I intend to have that again after a bit. And I probably said that already, but I brought down a thing of string cheese, which I'll nibble at that. And then we bought me 2 6-packs of Pepsi a while back, okay? Because I take my BC powders with Pepsi. And I've been so tempted to get a BC and use a Pepsi to take some, but I decided not to. If my headache gets really bad, I will. But I'll just take enough, just a little bit, enough to take the BC. So I can wash it out of my mouth and get it down. But what she was saying, my daughter asked her, because it's true, I've been taking BC powders forever. When Jessie was little. And I was plagued with headaches. And so they work. It works. So I was asking her, and she was asking her, what are the bad effects of it? Okay. So, it's a blood thinner. And then I was asking her about the platelets. What did that mean? But she said that has to do with the same thing. You could bleed. In other words, if you did have an accident, wound yourself or whatever, you could bleed a lot. Has to do with that. But anyway, I'm going to work hard to do my blood sugar better. Yeah, and I got my suitcase that I hadn't opened out of the closet today, and I found the glucose monitor thing where you stick your finger and bleed, and you know what I mean. I haven't been checking my blood sugar, and I haven't been checking my blood pressure, so I've been a really bad girl. But my blood pressure at the doctor's office was 167, so that was better than 190, and I will be doing better about my intake. And I do need to get that ordered tonight. And my melatonin. I've been using the melatonin gummies. It works pretty good. I mean, I've actually been able to sleep longer than the 3.5 hours. And deeper. When you wake up, you're kind of groggy and stuff. So if you're not really aware, then you, because I would always get up and go potty. And I don't know if I do that all the time. But try to go to bed earlier than I've been going and try to sleep through the night as much as possible. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm glad to know. I'm glad that I was there. And yeah, she wasn't going to let me do the Zometa anyway because my numbers were up. Oh, and there is something else. The cancer markers, okay? They have been doing the cancer markers at this place. She wasn't doing it in Washington at the last place. First place in Washington, they did. And then the second place, while I was at Nancy's, they did not. In fact, she got mad at me because I was wanting to know, where are the cancer markers? I want to know what the numbers are. And she says, I'm not going to do that when you don't need it. I said, okay. So, I'm not exactly sure what month she was talking about. But my cancer markers were at 1249. Well, today it was 609. So I say that's pretty good. Okay? Because I remember at the first doctor it was 1400 and then 1300 and then maybe 1200 and then the next doctor wasn't doing them at all. So you can tell I really don't know what I'm talking about very much, but I got up when we talked about the cancer markers because I didn't know she was doing that and had her walk me through it and show me. And Jessie came over too, not just me. But 609 was my cancer marker number. So I think that's pretty good. It's just my blood sugar is not real good. And not drinking enough fluids, being dehydrated. Being dehydrated can cause you a lot of trouble. But it also makes my medicine not work. So that's real important. So I'm not a very good girl when it comes to doing what I'm supposed to do. But I am going to try to do better. And it's been 23 minutes. Oh, I dropped something on the floor. What I did was I went to bed earlier than normal. And then I had the Good Witch on. I used to go to sleep with the Good Witch, okay? So I'm kind of programmed to go to sleep when the Good Witch is on. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Some of you might have. Some of you might think, boring. But I enjoyed it. The Good Witch. It's about this woman. Okay, some of you, I don't know. Anyway, she's kind of like me, all right? Intuitive. Sometimes you just know things. But nevertheless, she's good. She's a good witch, okay? But she don't go out in a witch's hat and this and that and the other thing. But when the show starts, she's single. She's a single mom. of a girl. She's probably 15 or something like that. And then her father-in-law, from when she was married, because when the guy she was married to got killed, he was a sheriff. He got killed on the job. So this show starts out. I mean, if you go and you watch the Good Witch movies, she's married. Okay, those were first. But the TV series, she's not married because he died. So the father-in-law, and really, what it is okay, her husband, his wife, who was dead, I mean, this is in those movies, okay? His wife's father is who's actually living with her. So she married this guy. The previous wife, her father was living with them. And then the guy gets shot and killed and stuff. And so he's a part of the family, okay? So it's her father-in-law, but kind of weird circumstances. Understand? Nevertheless, family. That's how it starts out. And then her cousin shows up, and her cousin is intuitive too. And so is her daughter. Anyway, it's just a really good show. And I put it on the TV. I found it, and left it on, and I laid down, and next thing you know, I'm asleep. Which is a good thing, okay? I didn't even know it. And I had it playing low enough that it didn't wake me up and stuff. So I was able to get a good night's sleep. Even though I woke up, I was only up for a little bit. Maybe to go potty and right back to bed. Oh, I do need to lay down. My head feels kind of funky. And I haven't taken any more of my ivermectin, but I'm going to. Just not tonight. And I really do like these. It's soft, and that's how you can tell they're juicy. So before I go to bed, I'll be taking that. Plus, it quenches your thirst. You know, the water's been okay. I cannot complain, because we are trying to use clean water. But I really miss my, the Brita. Because, you know, you're pouring the water through a filter. And the water comes out without a taste. And I've noticed, not all the time, but I've noticed that there is a taste to this water. So it's water that would go to the store and you pay $2.50 and it fills up a 5-gallon jug. So it is sitting in a plastic jug, although it's blue. You know, it's got a tint of blue. But the point is, you should not taste anything. And there was a taste, just not all the time. So anyway, I think what I'll do is get my medicine out and get ready and just take my medicine and go to bed. That's how I feel. And here I sit with my glasses on. I'm not going to read. My head hurts, so the reading is out. So I gave you an update. I think you know what's going on. It's my blood sugar that I have to straighten out, okay? And then get my pills ordered because I've run out of those. I thought I had plenty of those, but I don't. I had 2 big bottles, so I don't know where the other bottle went to. That's why I got the suitcase out. I was going to say, okay, where is it? Maybe it's in the suitcase. But anyway, things will get better. But you guys, if you're in the same boat, you know, with all these different problems, watch out for your blood sugar. Make sure you're not dehydrated. And then with the Zometa, you've got to have the calcium and the vitamin D and the 64 ounces of fluid, or the Zometa doesn't work. So there's no sense in going and taking it. And it costs money. So there you go. I hope you guys will have a good night. And it'll be Valentine's Day before I talk to you again. So happy Valentine's Day. And I will just wish myself a happy Valentine's Day. Happy Sweethearts Day. Spread the love. And if you got a sweetheart, give him an extra dose. Or her an extra dose of loving. Okay? Talk to you guys later.